All right, it looks like we're live. Yes. Happy Saturday to you, my friends. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. My name is Manny Wolf. And I am, among other things, the author of The Tao of the Unbreakable Man. I am the creator of the Opus speaker marketing system. I am the founder of Manny Wolf Brands. I got all kinds of stuff going on. But today, I have one question for you. And that is simple. You can see it on the banner right there. Do you see yourself speaking from stage? Do you like the idea of sharing your message from the stage and using that to grow your business as a coach, as an author, as an expert, as a speaker? Do you want to, obviously, I guess if you're a speaker, you want to speak from stage to grow your business, right? But if you're an author, a coach, or an expert of some kind, the chances are you've thought about this before. And if you haven't, well, that would just be really, really surprising to me because you should. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. No, I can't. I'm still working out some of the details of this StreamYard, which is what's giving me that really cool banner and this right there, that little logo. It's got a lot of great features, but it's also got a lot of stuff I haven't quite dialed in yet. So anyway, you need to be thinking about the stage. This is what I would argue. And the reason you need to be thinking about it is because there's no single better way to create authority, to build trust, and to promote yourself. And what do we get when we create authority, build trust, and promote ourselves? We get to make impact and we get to make money. And so from 1 hour speaking on stage, you can do more than probably any other use of your time for an hour. Now, obviously, you can't speak on stage all the time. I know very few people, even in my world, who speak more than 12 to 24 times a year. And the people who do that, who can speak more than 24 times a year, which is 2 a month, I'm just in awe of them. But even at 2 times a month or 3 times a month, the leveraging power you can get is just baffling. It's gobsmackingly powerful. And you need to be aware of that. And I want you to be aware of that. Now, let's be transparent with each other for a moment, shall we? I, of course, have paid services that can help you with this. You knew that. I just don't want you to think that, I'm not a capitalist. I'm a conscious capitalist, but I do ultimately want to help you, and I want you to hire me to help you. But that having been said, let's talk a little bit about what stops most people who understand the power of public speaking as a business growth strategy from actually doing it. Let's talk about what stops those people from doing it. And here are the main things. The first thing is a lot of you just don't know where to start. You just have no idea where to even start. So that leads to things like asking your friends. And your friends might tell you, use Thumbtack, use Speaker Match, use Speaker Hub. And then you would go maybe to Thumbtack and you'd say, okay, so apparently I have to fill out this whole profile and I have to post content on there. And, I thought I was doing that already on social media. And Thumbtack has gotten gigs for people that I know. So it's not that it's not a viable kind of a solution, a choice. And then there's Speaker Match and Speaker Hub. And those are 2 websites that will provide you with leads. And in a very impersonal way, in a very sort of packaged and formulaic way, they'll give you minimal other levels of support. Now, what happens when we tend to sign up for one of these paid, will put speaking gigs in your inbox services? What happens? Well, after a couple of weeks and you realize how much time it takes to apply and all the work that goes into it, what happens is you start to tune out the incoming emails that have the leads, the speaking gig leads in them. Because here's the thing. While speaking from stage is incredibly powerful, in fact, one of my students recently got 25 new clients from one speaking gig. So while it's incredibly powerful, especially in the beginning before you've built up momentum, it's very challenging. It takes a lot of work. And so I want you to understand that. So what my answer to this question was, I would start a service that I called Opus that takes all that work off of your plate. We do all that work for you. We find the gigs for you. We apply to them on your behalf. We coach you, and this is important, in how to position yourself so that you look like a pro. We coach you in how to position yourself so that you look like a pro. I call this your personal brand. And if you want to be invited to speak, you have to have a personal brand. You've got to rank on Google. You've got to look like a pro on your social media. All of these things factor into whether you'll get invited to speak or not. And what happens, think about it this way. Let's say you're the decision maker. You're the one who is tasked with finding, let's say, 5 speakers for an event. You put out a notice that you have 5 stages or 5 slots to speak. You're going to get dozens, if not hundreds, of people applying to those. So now if you've got 5 speaking slots you need to fill, you may have to go through 500 or 1,000 applications or more. That's a lot of work. And so in the old days, what we all used to do is we would make our little sizzle reels, our little show reels of us talking, speaking, and we would make our one sheets and we'd get our promotional collateral together and we'd send it off to the decision maker, the event organizer. Then the event organizer has to go through 500 sizzle reels, 500 one sheets, 500 bios, 500 applications. Here is what most people don't know and aren't telling you. The whole industry has changed in the sense that now, if a decision maker likes you right off the bat, they're just going to Google you. They're just going to Google you like 99 times out of 100. And so you've got to look a certain way on Google. What does this mean? It means you have to have content out there. It means you have to have professional looking profiles on your different social media platforms. And it means you have to have social proof. Now, on the social proof part, don't panic, because you don't have to worry about that. How can I get social proof without speaking? And how can I speak without social proof thing? Because you can start off small. But you got to have a strategy for how to get started, right? This is what I want to talk to you about. I have created with my partner a Facebook group where we put into the group for you every week new leads for speaking gigs, new calls for speakers. We put them in every week for you, but we also have filled it with resources and trainings and tips and strategies for how to take you from never spoken before to starting to speak, from the level where you've just started to getting better. We have put in there some trainings on how to maximize your social media. So what we've done is we've filled it with all kinds of support, all kinds of tools, all kinds of trainings, everything that you need basically to get the ball rolling. And we've done this all for a silly low investment. In fact, the investment is a little more than $2 a day. That's it. You have access to calls for speakers that you can apply to. You have trainings on best practices for applications. You have trainings on how to negotiate. You have all kinds of support in there, and we're adding new stuff every week, new leads, new trainings, new support, new resources. And it's it's a little more than $2 a day. It's just slightly more than $2 a day. It's like $2.10 a day or something like that. And so what I want to do here is I want to invite you to come and join this group if you're ready to speak. We have made this a labor of love because we recognize that not everyone who wants to speak can invest in a high-level package, right? And most everyone I've seen out there who's offering help with getting you on stages, their packages are very, very expensive, as are mine. My done for you packages are expensive. But maybe you're not there yet, but you've got an earnest desire to speak. You want to share your message. You just don't know how. You don't feel like anyone has your back. And that's what we've tried to create for you here with this group. We wanted to create an environment where you could have all the resources you need to get started. And all it would take was your follow through. All it would take was your commitment to doing the work, and we'd give you everything you needed. So I'm going to have my assistant put the link to the landing page to join the group here in the chat. Hopefully this will be a game changer for you, as we intended it to be. And my goal for this year, 2020, is to put a minimum of 100 amazing coaches on stages, and to help you realize how easy it is to make another $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month just from doing a couple of speaking gigs. Not even paid, by the way. You can start with free gigs and still make tons of money. So if this sounds interesting to you, raise your hand, figure out some way to let me know you'd like to learn more. And I will also put the link to the landing page in the chat below so that you can either talk to me or you can follow the link. Sign up for the group, come and join us, and find speaking gigs ready for you to apply to, and all the resources you could ever need to get you going. All right. I'm excited for this. I know this is going to be a big deal for the right people. And if it sounds like you're one of the right people, you know what to do. Reach out, get in touch, get started, and let's get you some instant results. Sound good? Okay. I'll talk to you soon.